traditional vows do not adequately express my desire to be your loving and faithful husband. Saying until death do us part would be an empty promise, since dying will not end my love for you. Saying in good times and in bad would be untruthful, since no time is bad when I'm filled with all that is you. So instead, I say to you now that I will for all of life awake each morning with one soulful purpose, to make you the most loved woman on the face of this earth. The last night of her life was the most beautiful. One final friend stopped by around 9 p.m. And by the time my friend Stephanie had seen my wife, Lisa could no longer communicate. I even wondered if she knew we were there. Was her breathing voluntary and controlled, or was it just a reflex, expiring? My friend tried communicating, but only received awkward and muttered quick half replies. Earlier that day, we heard one full sentence. My wife had said, "I have pain." So we tripled her morphine and figured she would die that day. All day, her mother said, "Eric, she doesn't have much longer, maybe an hour or two." Around noon, I noticed it was Valentine's Day, the day my wife and I had fallen in love. "She'll wait until we had our first kiss," I told everyone. It happened Valentine's night, sometime between 11:15 and 11:30 p.m., 3 years earlier. We were all speaking about this day once again when Stephanie figured she should go. She said something very nice to Lisa, I can't remember exactly what. I walked her to the door, she gave me a hug, and she cried. "I'm just happy to be here for her," I consoled her. She said, "I know. If this were me or Peter, we'd be there for each other too. I'm crying because it's beautiful." I said, "It is beautiful, isn't it?" Stephanie left, and I went back into the bedroom to lie by my wife one final time. Lisa's soulless, naked body hung in my arms. Now the first time in a month we lay on our regular bed together. And I remembered how upon ending her showers, I'd grab her and hold her on that same bed, oblivious to wet clothes or saturated bedding. I had to get up when Jim, my mother-in-law's boyfriend, wanted to show me something outside. I remembered how he and I, Lisa and her uncle, all went out together on a summer night in Palm Springs and got crazy drunk. She was singing songs inside my head. Jim and I walked to the porch and stopped. "Look at that," he said, and pointed to the nighttime sky. I looked heavenward and saw the moon directly overhead and half full, and next to it was a golden star. She promised she'd give me a star so I'd know. She said she would give my mother a hug in heaven and put a star in the sky as proof, Jim explained. "It's beautiful," he wept. I thought about the color, its brightness, its position in the sky, and wondered if it were a star or a planet. So I noted the day and the time and would look it up in the charts later. It was Valentine's night, sometime between 11:15 and 11:30 p.m., 3 years after we had fallen in love, 3 years after the moment we shared our first kiss. It seemed all I knew on earth and all I would ever need to know. Jim headed back inside. I stood on our porch staring at the sky and said, "It is beautiful, isn't it?"
Words elude me now as I try to convey what I feel inside.
Thank you.